Hi everyone, thank you so much for tuning in and watching this video. I'm Jodi Fuller and I am an artist that does dog portraits on a regular basis, and I'm so happy to be teamed up with Art for O.U.R to raise money for the cause. And so anything that you order from this area will, 20% of that will be donated to Art for O.U.R, and I'm just really happy to be part of that. Okay. So we're going to do a dog picture. The subject that I've decided to do today is this puppy Joey, and Joey is like my daughter's dog. So I was doggy sitting for 10 days and decided that Joey would be the absolute perfect subject to video while I draw her and show that to you guys. So I'll be talking about Joey in a moment. And then you're going to see a bunch of supplies, and the supplies that you see before you are the only ones that I really use. Never a whole lot more or less. It's just pretty much something in this area. I'll go through each one of those and explain them as I'm getting started on this portrait of Joey. So the first supply is going to just be a Winsor & Newton basic pencil sharpener, which works great with their pencils. Then you're going to see some blenders. I like several. I use a makeup blender whenever I am going to blend something in the background and make it very smooth. This gives like a really quick, smooth area. I also have a stump blender, which is great for details in little tiny areas, and they sell those in the art section, in the sketching section of any store. I also use paintbrushes, and I love a little tiny detail one for blending areas like the white of the eye, and then or lash areas. I also like a bigger one, and you can test these out on the paper with charcoal beforehand just to make sure you have the right size. I feel like it's just the right size tool for what you're trying to accomplish. If I was going to blend something great big, I would use a bigger paintbrush. The most important blender for me is a Q-tip. You want a cotton one that's fuzzy on the end. These work really well, and you will see me use this through the entire process of my art. Then my favorite pencils, which are Winsor & Newton. They have a gray, a medium gray, and a black end to them, which allows, that's a soft or a light, medium, and a soft. And the soft is darker. That allows me to pick up those colors quickly and just switch out without having to look at the pencil and see which one I'm grabbing. Plus, I love the way they go on the paper. The paper is Strathmore 300 series, and it's very smooth, but accepts this charcoal in particular really, really well. I am constantly picking and trying new supplies just to see what works best. But for now, these are the things that I will be drawing dogs with. Another supply that I don't want to fail to mention would be the tissue paper, and that's just like gift wrap tissue paper, and I use that to put my hand on and move it around so that I'm not smudging any of the sketch of the dog before I get to that area. So I generally start on the left side of the dog and work to the right because I'm right-handed. And that's one way I keep from smudging my work. The other way I keep from smudging my work is this piece of wood strip that I sometimes lay in front just to rest my palm on. And if I'm not as steady-handed the day that I'm sketching as I could be, then I use that piece of wood. It's just a great trick. My erasers. I love the Tombow mechanical erasers, and I have several sizes. So I have a medium, and then I have a very tiny mono eraser, which is the one I use for doing lashes and individual hairs, and they work beautifully if I've smudged out some of the charcoal for the fur in gray, and then I go in and erase to make like lighter areas of fur. So it works out perfectly. Give that a try. It's my favorite tool. So when I'm doing a sketch of someone else's dog, I like to know their name. I like to know their personality so that I can connect with them. I also like to be looking at photographs that show that they're connected with the photograph. So either interested in something out in the distance that gives them a cute like gesture, or interested in me as the viewer if that's the type of picture you want. So Joey was like the perfect little doggy to sit on the step for me and just pose, because she would just sit and she wouldn't move. So, and I just can't wait to give this as a gift. So this will go to my daughter Riley and Jackson. Okay, let's talk about the giving her a platform to sit on. So we could do the picture, right, with the her just sitting on this white paper in midair. I always like to ground my subject. So in this case, I thought it would be really cute to put the edge of the porch in the picture, just like I do if you were going to sketch, like giving her a shadow on the ground. It gives it something that grounds her, right? And I loved like the shape of just the mat in the background and a little edge of the door. And if you can notice, I've done it very, very lightly with my Q-tip so that it's not the focus, but it is there making her look like she's sitting up pretty. It gives the distance something that grounds the distance. So it makes her tail and the back end of her look like it's sitting on something further away. So that's why I do that. I always try to put a little bit of something right there. After I finish a piece, I'm going to sign it and I'm going to spray it with a really nice fixative. This sets the charcoal and allows the piece to be handled without smudging as easily. I'll still be really gentle with it, but I will spray it a couple of times with that fixative sealer, and that will set the charcoal. I have chosen a 12 by 12 picture frame for you that is such great quality. The reason I like 12 by 12 is because I can do 1 to 3 pets and place them in this area and maneuver them around a little bit, and a square works so nice. The other reason I choose a 12 by 12 is it is big enough for me to draw a lot of details for you, but not too big. It's small enough to be framed and set on a shelf. This frame sets on its own on a shelf, or it can be hung on the wall. Another thing that I love about this frame is just that it's great quality. It has glass and it is like a shadow box. So what that means is that your picture will set behind the glass about an inch or so. The glass doesn't actually touch the charcoal, and that's one of the things I like most about it. This frame comes in 3 different colors. It comes in white, it comes in black, and it comes in gray, which is going to have a little bit of a wood grain, the gray will. So if you like really modern, you might want to stick with one of those that doesn't have the wood grain. Thank you so much for watching. I hope I gave you enough information, but if I didn't, you're welcome to ask any questions and I'll be happy to answer them for you. Thanks again.